Welcome. Sit down, roll up, pour up, turn up and tune in. Because you're now watching the Buncher Bull Network.
Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Vision Talks. I'm Greg Lamar, dude, and this is another episode of Vision Talks. Make sure y'all get comfy, sit back, spark up, sit and relax, because we got some good shit to get into.
Hell yeah.
Yep, another great week, so.
How's everybody doing?
Doing pretty good. I was about to ask you that. How you doing?
Yeah.
We're at the end of the month, the finish line in May. Is there 31 or 30 days in May?
31,
Okay.
I think. I think there's 31.
Okay, I feel like there's 31, but there's so many months where I think there's 31 days and there's 30, and I don't know, shit just fucks me up. But yeah, we're at the end of May. I think it was a pretty good, successful month. We had some great episodes here.
This month went fast as fuck. I feel the controller, just make sure the TV's muted.
Got you. We've had some great episodes here at Vision Talks this month. And yeah, I like to start by mentioning Drake. My dog Drake. Have you heard about his new album coming out and what it's called?
I haven't actually. I didn't know he had a new album coming.
You didn't know he had a new album coming?
I did not actually.
God
And
damn.
if I did, I think I might have just forgot.
I haven't mentioned in a couple of weeks because like I haven't heard shit about it. Kind of went like in my head, but so he has a solo album dropping, and he claims that this is going to be like a personal talk to the audience, and there's going to be damn near no features on it. Yeah, at first he said no features, but like the way he's been talking about it recently, it sounds like there might be one or two, but yeah, either way, I mean, yeah, he got a solo album dropping. I'm excited.
That's interesting. How many songs do you think are gonna be on there for him? Like since it's just him.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess 16.
That's still
I'm because his last couple albums have had like 20 to 25 songs, but
his last album was with Party Next Door, right?
yeah, that album I think was a shorter album. I think that one had like 14 or 15 songs.
Yeah,
Maybe. Hold on, let me see. But yeah, the name of his new album is going to be Iceman. Oh no, his last album had 21 songs. So all of his projects recently have had 20 to 25 songs. But yeah, Iceman. Yeah.
I wonder why his name is that. Well, I mean, it could be because jewelry.
No, I think it's gonna.
No, he's smoking meth.
he's linked up with Kodak. Nah, but
Why him with a meth?
I think he's saying Iceman, like he's saying like he's just saying he's cold. He's saying I feel like I feel like he's saying he's cold, and I think this album is going to be the album where that people finally shut the fuck up about the Kendrick and Drake shit. I think he's going to address some shit and put some shit to rest on this album, and tell the people it's time to move on. Oh God. Oh God, we got the quick little smell test going on live.
That's some shit, dude.
That's some shit. Let me smell that shit.
That is stanky.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's like when you as soon as you get into Pittsburgh, you know what I mean, and then like
Beautiful.
you roll your window down somewhere
Holy.
somewhere downtown, you just catch a whiff of some weed. Yeah, that's what it smells like right there. That's some good shit.
Some good shit, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I want to fuck with that right there.
Damn, we live.
We're all.
Yeah, what's all full?
But yeah, Iceman, Drake, he claims it's coming in the summertime, so it should be coming in the next couple of months.
That's interesting to drop an album called Iceman in the summer.
Right? Yeah. Actually, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. I'm interested. I'm excited to hear what that's like.
Facts, me too.
I'm not sure about a whole lot of other like new music that's coming up.
I was just about to say. There's only one other thing I could think about, and that's gonna be next week. We should review it.
All right, what's that?
Actually, it might be the week after, on the 6th. June 6th, 2025 is the Carter 6.
Oh, okay. Now, like, okay, now, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard that, like, yo, what up, Big Perk? How you doing?
Yo, what up, Bert? Big dog.
Uh,
You heard.
I heard that he, like, had an issue with his girlfriend or wife. I'm not sure if it was
Yeah, his fiance.
his fiance. Yeah,
He
and
kicked her out.
yeah, he kicked her out.
They had like a fight, and I don't know. She claimed that like he put hands on her and stuff like that, and so did like friends of his even too. And she was like pregnant or whatever at the time.
She said that.
Yeah, there was a couple videos that circulated about it on YouTube. I don't know if they got taken down or what, or if it was like maybe not true. But
I only seen the one video of her whenever she was like walking outside leaving, and she was like, "I can't believe this, y'all. My husband just kicked me out, and like he's been acting weird, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. He kicked me and my daughter out. We don't have a place to stay, blah blah blah." Yeah, nah. I mean,
she was saying some questionable shit to the cop. Whenever she was
Yeah.
talking to the cop outside, and the cop kept asking her, well, "What did you?" Because he just, I mean, you have to think. He's pulling up at a house for a domestic dispute
right.
as a police officer.
Yes.
And this woman's outside, a little bit of blood on her face. Like, her face is bruised.
For
It's
real?
messed. Yeah, you could tell she had been in a scuffle. She's
God.
pregnant, and she's like, I just want a ride. Like, I just want to ride out of here. I want to, like, a safe way, like, out of here.
Yeah.
And I want him to not, like, be involved with me anymore and this and that. And, like, the cop, wants more information. He wanted to know, like, well, what does your husband do? Who is he? This and that. She couldn't, like, give him anything. It was really weird. It was very suspicious.
Like she didn't want to get him in trouble, but she just wanted to get out of there.
Yeah, but, like, he definitely, I don't know. I feel like Homeboy's up to some.
Right. Yeah. Facts.
Do you think that some of these marriages, like if the woman wasn't famous coming into the marriage or something, like we're getting NDAs.
Yeah, you're
You
probably
got
right.
prenups,
Facts.
NDAs.
Nah, facts. Speaking of all this legal shit, at some point, whenever we get into it, I do want to, like, when we touch on the Tory Meg shit, I want to pull up, like, some of the evidence that's been released. Because they released video, like, body cam footage from that night. They've released photos from that night.
Damn, when he got stabbed.
No, well, they released that, too, from the prison. I'm talking about from the
The whole, from what got him in there.
shooting Meg.
Okay, right. For when it hit her in the leg or the
reason
foot
he's
or
in
whatever.
jail.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to happen bad, and I'm surprised it didn't happen yet.
What's that?
Put her in jail.
No, I want the Supreme Court to overrule Diddy's NDAs.
Yeah.
The second.
Why wouldn't you?
The second that they decide to, for some reason they just haven't yet. But the second that they decide, like, it's gonna like be a better, speedy process.
Right.
If all them NDAs are null and void, like
Yeah.
we're bypassing it, because the Supreme Court's the only people that are allowed to bypass shit like that. And
Okay.
That's why they do it that way. It's legal.
Right.
The second they do that, bro, you know how many people are gonna be like, oh, all right, well then I will most definitely confidentially let you guys know what he's been doing.
Right. Yeah. All his so-called friends too, because like none of his friends have came to his side. Even Jay-Z, like,
NDAs.
like
You know what I mean? They all
Yeah.
got an NDA, so what if you say anything? Yeah, he might go to jail, but he's getting so much of your money.
Right.
You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
just screwed so much of yourself up.
That is so fucked up, man.
damn. Fuck
all I
that.
had to
Yeah,
imagine.
nah. The Diddy situation is nuts. It's crazy. I don't know, man. What do you think his sentence is going to be?
What I think is crazy is that he's definitely like, I wouldn't say a distraction, or he's not like,
I was thinking
he's not like the one doing it, but he definitely was like, someone else is behind that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, that's a really good point. We got to touch on too.
Here's my
Someone
thing,
else
and
is
I
behind
still
that.
go back to like one of the first pieces of one of the biggest things, and it seems like it got like brushed over and people don't even think about it anymore. It's not about the amount of bottles of baby oil he had. Like, that's reckless.
Right. It's
That's not
weird.
what it's about. Every single bottle tested positive for GHB.
I was gonna say, didn't they say that those weren't even baby oil? Those were chemicals.
It was baby oil with GHB in it, the date rape drug.
Yeah, it knocks you out.
What?
Yeah,
Every bottle.
they were
was
serums.
contaminated with GHB.
Yeah, because why would you have like I mean I know like what they said he was
Why is that
doing,
not
but
talked about anymore?
Yeah.
Like, bro, he was out here just come here.
and it was
You know what is so crazy?
well, who did he get it from? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who supplied him with
Right.
1,000 bottles of that serum?
Yeah, no, facts.
Someone.
See, the point you made about like who else is behind this, because I feel like you said distraction too. I was gonna say I think that Diddy is like he's kind of like a thirst quencher for Epstein. Like everybody wants to know everything. These Epstein files releasing everything. We'll just give you Diddy. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like there were Hugh Hefners. The Hugh Hefners, there's all these different people who maybe even were doing it to a larger level, but I don't think any of them are right. I think Diddy deserves to be locked up, but I think all of them deserve to be exposed, because then, as a people, I think we'll trust people more if those type of people get weeded out.
You know what I think is kind of odd? Not just the fact that when I'm talking about this, that just happened. That was weird.
Facts.
But
Everything just reset.
fucking Hollywood in general has been real quiet for like the past like 5-7 years. Dead ass. Like I don't know how long has it been since y'all have seen like a good genuine banger from Hollywood with like someone like Adam Sandler or someone like whoever. What the fuck was Hubie Halloween? That was the shittiest movie I've ever seen.
If it's not an Avengers movie or like some Marvel movie, I can't even think.
Marvel's been on some crazy shit for real.
I give one other company, and it's a company as a whole, because they're the only other people putting out good movies right now. Universal.
Mm-hmm.
Because Universal's putting out all the Jurassic Park movies, which have been good, and the Kong and Godzilla universe shit.
Okay, are
those were pretty decent.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna. I watched.
They're doing Kong and Godzilla together, like the way they.
Yeah, I
is
watched.
amazing.
I watched
It's
Kong.
well done?
Yeah,
Okay,
the graphics
I
are
was
good.
nervous to
I
watch
suggest
that
you
because
start-
I didn't know
I
like.
suggest you watch that whole series. Like, watch the Godzilla movies coming up to it. Watch the Kong movies coming up to it. Watch them.
I didn't
together.
watch them in order. I wish I did.
See, that sounds fire.
I took mushrooms and I watched.
That sounds.
I watched Godzilla versus Kong on mushrooms. That shit was
Can
crazy.
Godzilla like shoot fire or some shit?
Yeah,
Atomic energy,
he has
nuclear
like
energy.
Nuclear fucking energy.
He's
What the
like a
fuck?
nuclear
He's
mutant,
one of the-
isn't he?
In this
He's like a-
storyline, which is the closest to like one of the comic lines that we've ever got, is he's one of the Earth's guardians that came from the inner Earth,
Wow.
which is like
Dude, it's
there's
crazy.
like one or two doorways to get into the inner Earth, and it's like a whole world inside of our world.
Bro, if you watch it, it's actually
I gotta
really,
watch that. I think I'm gonna get that on Amazon.
It's
Prime
really
today.
trippy. It's really trippy, bro. I'm
What-
pretty
what
sure they
was-
got it on HBO Max too.
What was you about to say? You said if you listen to what?
Oh shit, I can't remember. But if you watch it, no, you're good. If you watch it, bro, and you pay close attention, there's a lot of details to it that are like, I don't know. Some of the stuff seems almost too specific and realistic. It's like, holy shit.
They did some real dope shit with that. The way that they set it up, where it's like,
Yeah.
like
Facts.
you start out and you think that they're just like monsters that somehow ended up on Earth or whatever, and then it's like, oh, you meet this girl that was on Kong's Island, on Skull Island. She happens to be part of an ancient tribe that came from the inner Earth, and they're still on that island, and she just happened to like get lost, and then you end up finding where the doorway is to inner Earth, and now, oh, Kong ain't the only big gorilla. There's a whole fucking army of them.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it all just has to do
Whoa.
with like.
And they're like all the same size type.
Kinda, yeah.
But you have like the orangutans, you have like the chimps, you have
There's
yeah,
different
like,
species, and they're fucking
it's like
crazy
a whole,
big,
like
and it's
this inner
crazy.
Earth is like all of our creatures plus some other ones, but
Inflated.
yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like everything's
Yeah.
bigger
It's
because,
like, that's
and
what
it
our
has to.
natural-
And is that the Kong versus Godzilla, or is that just Kong?
And they talk about it in the movie about how
What
it
is
just
that?
has to
It's
do with the
kinda like-
oxygen down
so
there.
The Kong movies give you the backstory on Kong and the island that the inner Earth gateways to.
Mm-hmm.
Godzilla gives you the backstory of like Godzilla and the other guardians that ended up on outer Earth, for lack of a better term. And then once you get to the Kong versus Godzilla movies, is where it's like
They
oh shit,
collide.
both parts of these are one and the same because these are the Earth's guardians, but this is where they came from, and we didn't even know that they came from anywhere.
What? Yeah, I gotta watch that. That I'm not gonna lie, that story.
I'm waiting for
too
Disney to
badass.
buy it up and
Fuck
and
that.
connect it with fucking
Oh,
Marvel and shit like that.
What? Could you imagine?
Can you imagine how fucking crazy that would be?
Fuck.
They'll
Disney.
find a way to do it, man.
If they could
For
buy
money.
the correct IPs and shit, they could do so much because of what has happened in the comics. Like one of the most recent crossovers, Godzilla, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yo.
Like was literally just a whole comic book collab.
That's
Really?
Could
crazy.
you imagine a movie
What the
Godzilla
fuck?
with the
Fucking Power Rangers, that's ridiculous.
Godzilla
bro.
versus Trump? No, I'm joking.
Because
Yeah.
the way some of these comic book lines go,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be like a kid's Power Rangers. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it'd be
No, yeah.
more
Like,
adult, darker tone.
yeah, and they'd have a lot more like control and
And
shit.
that's how they were starting to go with the newer Power Ranger movies. They were still kind of kid oriented, but they were a lot more realistic.
I think that in today's atmosphere, like with streaming, I think they should do that. Like a lot of those kid shows that have like kind of like that edginess to it, like a Ben 10 or like Power Rangers and shit. They should make adult versions on Amazon because they just. I'm pretty sure it was Adventure Time or something like that. They recently just made an adult version of it, like where that there's blood and there's cussing and shit.
Yeah, I think it's Adventure Time. They finally allowed cursing.
Yeah.
They cuss.
Oh
in the
no,
new
I know what I
version
was
of
thinking.
Adventure
That
Time.
and the WWE, like the WWE is now with Amazon, and they can
Yeah.
they can cuss. Travis Scott was smoking a blunt on there.
If you watch Adventure Time as an adult though, there's a lot of shit to learn from that shit. For real, it's pretty crazy. It's a
damn.
weird thing,
Well, 'cause we
but
gotta remember, at the
These are
end
some
of the
good
day-
talks.
yeah, it is.
At the end of the day, all these cartoons are created by adults,
Facts.
and they know ahead of time that, like, not always, obviously, but majority of the time, if your kid's on the couch watching TV, you're probably sitting next to them watching TV.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're stuck having to watch, perfect example, if I gotta sit here and watch Ren and Stimpy with you all day, at least there's some funny stuff where like,
Yeah.
it looks like this saw blade's his Johnson, or you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
there's
Ren and
still
Stimpy
some
was good at
adult
that. They
humor
were
in it
crazy.
to where
They were
I'm not
crazy.
just sitting here like, all right, cool, Coco Melon, motherfucker.
Right. Yeah.
You
Facts.
still find some humor in it, but the child really enjoys it because it's animation.
Yeah, and it's just blind humor to the kid.
And it's just over time that idea of it, because I'm sure like when the next set of cartoons that come out right after like the Ren and Stimpy era, I'm sure that those two editors were in the same room together a few times, because it's not just like you're fired, you're hired. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like they're gonna kind of overlap a little bit. So I'm sure he's like the new editor picked up on some things from him, like, all right, listen, so if you haven't been doing this already, you might want to slip a couple like funny little adult humor jokes that are real sly,
Mm-hmm.
and now that's just become the next generation does it also. So that's why even in some of the new cartoons, you'll find things like, they're like, kids watch this?
Right.
But the kids aren't even realizing that innuendo was just said.
Yeah.
Some of them, I
Facts.
feel like they do it so well. It's crazy.
That is facts. Cause me and my girl was watching. She had like some Disney movies on. I think it was Trolls was on the TV or some shit, and it was like clear as day sexual joke, and it happened like 3 times within like 5 5-minute intervals, and we're like, yeah, like this is an accident.
Yeah.
But what kills me about
Fact.
it though is when people try to put it off as like propaganda,
Right.
like
Nah.
they're
Conspiracy.
trying to get to our youth. I don't think they're trying to get to our youth. I think that they were just.
It
trying
goes
to
right
get
over
Yeah.
the kid's
money out of
head,
you
bro.
when you take
Right.
your kid to the movies
If
to
the
watch
kid
your kids are
understands
watching your humor anyways. You
If
know
the
what I
kid
mean? Like,
understands the dirty joke in a cartoon that they're watching, that's the adult's fault, bro. That's their
Yeah.
They
parents'
shouldn't
fault.
even be thinking about that shit at that age
Exactly.
anyway.
Right.
So if they
Facts.
watch a joke, what have you been saying around them?
Right.
What
Exactly.
Have you allowed them to figure out, know, understand, whatever.
facts. God damn.
Because that's the thing with nowadays. Everything is an attack on the youth. You know, you can't do a damn thing or put something out without
A Karen.
trying to get the
Yeah.
youth.
It's Karen shit.
Mhm.
Karen activity.
In reality, it's like, but this has been going on for like
Thank you.
50
Hell yeah.
years now, and it's never been about attacking the youth. You know, like some of these things have been happening forever.
You want to talk about attacking the youth? Fucking blue, 5. Red,
Right.
40. Yellow,
Hell
5.
yeah.
That's alone, just
Let's
I
Facts.
learned this in the school system from when I was going to school and right as I left school and come out of it. I was part of the generation where healthier foods in schools. Healthier foods in schools. Like strict. Our pop machines in junior high and high school got replaced with strictly juice and water, stuff like that. Like
I remember
seeing
that
all
shit.
this, you know what I mean? All these crazy changes. Then they realized how expensive that shit was back then. And right as I was leaving school, I started finding out that, oh, the junior high got slushy machines now?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow, they
'Cause-
got milkshake machines? Like, what in the hell? Oh, the high school just got a nacho bar and this, and this. And
Cause
like,
the blue and red flavored dye
it was
and the
cheaper.
water was cheaper.
I don't know. I think it's a good debate. I feel like eating healthy is not more expensive unless you're doing like organic and all that other shit. Cause I feel like if you look at it, like for instance, snacks, like you could get a pack of apples for like 2 Twix or like
Yeah, but
like
you gotta
and
look at it from the school system side of things. Whereas, like, let's say they buy, just hypothetically, they
Yeah.
buy 1 million oranges,
yeah.
and lunch for 2 months goes by, and they're throwing away 700,000 of the oranges.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Now it's becoming more costly to buy these healthy things that no one's eating.
well, yeah, okay.
Than to buy something.
I hear you. I don't think that it would be that high of a waste rate, but even if it was,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
the
that's what I
the,
said.
the good thing is that right now, like as with there's a lot of reform going on around the country right now. That some of it's new, some of it's old, but the farmers in America are finally getting opportunity and getting connections and shit through RFK's Make America Healthy Again shit. I feel like if they do like super healthy food initiatives, they'll source it from local.
But that's also
And-
now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
I'm talking.
yeah, I'm like 2014.
I'm talking like
Like,
5 years ago.
Yeah, nah,
And prior.
yeah, no,
You know what I mean?
for
I
sure.
understand now things are getting better.
And I guarantee you, a lot of the money that the government was spending at that time was probably waste. Like it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why, like, on paper, they were telling the people, like, it costs too much to do the health, this, that, and the third.
Right,
It costs
exactly.
Too much. So, and it might have, it might not have. We'll never know the truth. But that money went to something else, and then they decided, all right, cool, y'all can have chips and dip all day. I don't give
I'll
a
just
shit.
never understand. I'll just never understand how it's cheaper to add chemicals. You know what I'm saying? Like why?
I don't think it's about being cheaper. I don't think they're worried about money.
A pharmaceutical company will create these, and I only know this price factual because it just happened to my homie. I don't know how much it actually costs them to make the pill, but
Right.
most likely because they're doing it on such a high volume, at max $3,
Right. Yes.
and that's at max. It's probably more like 40
Like
cents.
yeah. Facts.
Bro went to go pick up his prescription for antibiotics. It wasn't covered by his insurance. One, like, bottle, I don't know how many in the bottle. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, one, like, cycle,
Right.
$6,000.
Scam. No, you know what's crazy. Actually, let's get into this. Let's touch on this a little bit
Like that
because I feel like
fucking crazy.
I'm
feel
gonna
like-
tell you. Can I say something real quick?
absolutely.
While it's on my mind.
Fuck
I
yeah.
woke up this morning from a nightmare, and this movie was recommended to me as soon as I woke up to it. It was just on the TV. It's Requiem for a Dream or Requiem for a Dream. That's a really good fucking movie, dude.
Oh yeah.
I have never really like fully watched it as an adult, so this morning was the first time I really watched it. And you watch this old lady basically just go through like the process of like
being caught up in the health system.
being caught up in the health system. Exactly. Yeah, she's given a drug for breakfast, lunch, and dinner,
What the fuck?
and one for at night to put her to sleep. And they're uppers. And her son's on heroin, so he understands what's going on with her once he comes back home because
The doses get up.
dude, the movie's a beautiful artistic piece. It really is. It's crazy. Like the way it's put together is perfect. It's great for film.
Amazing.
You should definitely check it out.
Yo, Sneeze, we miss Sneeze.
Yo,
God
Sneezy,
damn.
yo. I didn't know you
But
called that.
facts.
Yep, it's just the way that
But
they can make
but
more money.
yo, hold on. On your point though, I wanted to say I don't know if you even seen it. It was like almost 2 weeks ago, like a week and a half ago at this point. But executive order just got signed and it's in the process of happening, where prescription drug prices are being cut from all across the board. All of them they'll be between 50 to 80%. The reason why, because there was previously to this executive order, Americans were paying the load of all other countries' payments. So we're paying like $10 for something. Another country's paying like $2, $1. But like
In reality, it's probably $5, and we're the ones taking the extra
Right.
fee so they can pay $2.
right, but all of this can be changed. So what this executive order is that all countries will have to pay the same even price. So it's going to, instead of them being here, us being here, it's going to balance out. And I think that in return, and what was mentioned, people's healthcare costs should drop. I mean, unless they're scamming hard. But yeah, let me see if I could find the shit.
I have a friend that's looking for someone that knows shit about cars, like race cars, like vehicles that, and stuff like that. I told him that you would be the best person to talk to. I can't even.
I went to college for that shit.
Fuck yeah. Okay, bet. So I'm not even gonna lie. I can't even remember who the fuck it was that was talking to me about it. But whenever he comes to me again, I'm gonna hit you up probably.
Yeah, I went to Biotech for high performance powertrains.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's impressive.
Hell fucking yeah.
I don't know shit about cars, bro. I wish I knew more about vehicles. I don't, mainly because like no one ever
Car
told me.
at my house for the drag strip. I got a car at the house for the drift track. I got a car at the house for shows,
Damn, dude.
and I got my work vehicle.
Fucking set. Fucking set.
Half of them don't run, but
You ever go to the the fair with the derby?
nah.
You ever do that?
I mean, I've watched it.
You
That's something that I'll pick up when I'm like 40.
yeah. Wait until you're 40 or 50 to do that. I liked the one year I was real young. I can't remember when they did it or how they did it, but I think I was like 9 or 10. It was a while ago when they had a lot of money, I guess.
Yeah, so
Circulating. They had a fucking dinosaur chewing up cars out there. I can't remember. It was like a big automatic.
Let's see what I fuck with is the dirt track racing.
Yeah, that was fun.
They pretty much look like derby cars in a sense, but they just put like the fiberglass full kit frame on top of them, so it looks like a NASCAR almost.
Oh, I've never
And
seen
then
them
it's
do
the
that.
Dirt track. They just fucking motherfuckers be-
Wrecking into each other and shit. Probably that's funny as fuck.
Nah, you let that rear end slide loose, boy, you'll see people drift almost the whole track.
Anyway,
God damn.
back to what we were
yeah,
saying.
Yeah, it's called the Drug Inflation Reduction Act, and it's supposed to lower drug costs 50 to 80% to balance it, because other countries are paying 2 to 3 times as much on average. Than
Make
we
the
are.
weed cheaper.
Or we're paying 2 to 3 as much times, but
Weed's for the
yeah,
people.
I wonder how much other things like that are we being scammed on, like, cause they're saying like people are paying thousands of dollars or whatever for Ozempic and shit, and other places you're getting it for like $100, somewhere around there.
Some people, their insurance covers it.
Right.
I mean, like, if
Right.
it's if it's being made from something natural, whatever it may be, then it's definitely probably
That's the wild thing.
cheap.
Technically, if we want to really get technical, everything is natural.
Right. And so like if you think like
Even if you got to synthesize something in order to get this one specific thing out of it, it's like, yeah, but if you synthesize something to get it, what you synthesized was probably natural to begin with.
yeah,
Right.
and that plant that whoever's growing is
Yeah.
reproducing it and selling it, they're just asking for what they want for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I feel like how you said people's insurance will cover it and shit. I think like how the government will pay like Medicare and shit, like they'll cover your shit. I think yeah, your insurances will cover it, but if we can get the same prices as other countries, imagine if we're paying like 5 times as much, imagine how many billions per year the government will save. And then like we can slowly eat at that deficit and shit. But yeah, that's all on that.
Insurance needs to be lower. The way that the car insurance as a whole needs to be reformed.
For sure.
'Cause, like,
For
it
sure.
does not make any sense at all that I pay my car insurance every month,
Mm-hmm.
not to insure if something happens to my car. It's in case we get into a car wreck, my insurance pays your car.
Right. Yeah. Nah, facts. That's facts.
Why is it not like I pay insurance that way if I get into a wreck, you guys fix my car?
Yeah, no. See, that is a really good point.
The only time that they'll fix your car, pay that deductible.
Right.
Because now it's at your fault, and then they up your rates. If it's not your fault, you know who fixes my car? Your insurance.
Yeah.
So what the hell is that? How about I pay for mine and you pay for yours?
Yeah.
If you don't have insurance, then I guess you're screwed because I have insurance.
Right. Facts. Yeah. No. It'd be fire if insurance. If that'd be really good reform where that insurance can cover your repairs and shit, and they can pay your mechanic or do shit like that, and depending on what your plan is, you only get so much fixes per year or something like that.
That idea is how they
Yeah.
calculate your cost.
Right. Plus,
Oh, your car is how much? If you totaled your car,
Yeah.
how much would it cost?
yeah,
Okay, well, 6% of that you're gonna pay us every month. That way, if you don't total your car for 2 years, you've already paid us enough
right.
to cover that car. But that's not how it actually works. That's just how we calculate the cost. How it actually works is this price has nothing to do with your car at all.
Yeah.
It's for their car, which might only be a
Right.
$600 fucking beater.
And it's illegal if you're driving around without this. Like, it's crazy. It is crazy. Facts. Big facts. I think there should be reform.
$500 a month full coverage to wreck into your $2,000 car.
Yeah, and then you're gonna charge me more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very confused.
Yeah,
My
nah.
dad, I think, paid in total $5,000 for his first car, and it was a '73 Chevelle,
Yeah, back
and
in
it
the
was
day,
in
cars were cheap.
and it was in good condition. Like it was crispy. Like
For real.
oh yeah, that car he could probably wreck that car through this building. Like you know what I mean? Like if he
God
wrecked into
damn.
the building, it would just.
Steel and shit was good.
Yeah,
Shit.
dude. Like, and nowadays, like, if you wanted to find a car like that same car in the condition it was in when he bought it, it's probably like,
That's a $30,000 car.
yeah, at least, if not more.
$1,000.
Yeah, probably 50,000.
And that's a lot of money for a classic. Well, I mean, not a lot of money for a classic, but it's a lot of money considering other cars of that time period, if they're not considered a classic car, are not that expensive. Like,
Right.
no one would ever be like, yeah, bro, I'm about to go spend 20 grand on a 1985.
Yeah,
Like, people are looking at you like you could go get a 2025 for that.
for the same price. Yeah, you can get a
Whenever
brand new
people
car.
look in that Camaro, people are like, you only paid 20 grand?
Right.
It's funny.
God damn. So, well, I mean, I guess none of us would know, but do you think insurance was the same way, like car insurance was the same way it is now back then, whenever they were all steel and like actual fucking death machines.
Probably. It was probably set up as a scam from the start.
Yeah, it's probably always been a scam, but I'm sure it was a little different maybe back then.
God damn.
There's a lot of things that are.
Here's the crazy thing is, I'm willing to bet that auto insurance started out somewhat the same way as, like, you ever see those aftermarket car warranty companies? It's like you could get a warranty for your car to fix whatever for however many miles, but it didn't come from a dealership. Like, you just get this warranty from another company.
Right.
Those companies were created by retired lawyers. Reason being, they know all the loopholes.
Yeah.
So whenever something is faulty on your engine and you're like, all right, time to use this warranty that I've been paying for, they're like, oh, well, do you have the last 2 years worth of receipts and paperwork for your oil changes? Oh, you don't? Well, we're going to void the warranty because we can't prove that you changed the oil.
Right.
And, you know what I mean? They find these loopholes. And I'm willing to bet car insurance started the same way. There was probably some lawyers that was like, we could.
It's like double speak.
People over.
Yeah.
And they would never know. Word it.
Right.
It's
it's like double
word
talk. Like you're saying a lot, but you're really saying nothing. It's like deception.
If you word it right, and you convince people it's worth it for their lives or it's worth it for whatever. Fear is a big thing too. Like, it has to do with your life. So it's like, oh man, well, I have to do it, don't I? Because if I don't, then
Atrocious.
Like deductible or like torque. Like,
Yeah.
you don't know what full torque is.
Right.
When it
Facts.
comes to insurance, you start saying shit like that, and they're like, well, you're the expert. I'll just take your word for it. And then they're sitting there like, yes. Please
Now
do.
I'm gonna manipulate you. Facts. Yeah.
he said something about a fork, and so I just told him.
Nah. Okay. So before we get into the Tory Lane shit, I just wanted to say, did y'all hear about the baby 401k shit that's getting set up?
I heard about it, but I just knew that, like, supposedly they were saying.
So
Yeah,
like babies will have 401ks.
Yeah. So it's like a baby savings account, but it's pretty much a 401k. And when it's going to take effect is after this big, beautiful bill gets passed by the Senate and then signed into law. One of the things in it is that at birth, and I think this is brilliant because this will make more people stable whenever they get older. At birth, every child will have a baby savings account set up in their name, which is a 401k. The government will contribute a little bit, but it will be open mostly for the parents to toss in a little money here and there. And you can, the same way that you'd set up your 401k to your check and shit, you could do that with theirs. But the government will provide initial assistance with it. And then, but it's genius because like,
interesting because
you have 18 years before, like 18 years with a 401k, like automatic at birth. You're ahead of the game. You're like Warren Buffett.
If I had a chunk of money to use when I turned 18, like there's so many things that I would be more advanced in right now than I already am.
Because you could have made that initial investment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would have had more time, more investments and stuff like that.
Right.
Fuck, dude. If I had the money to invest, or hell, even like a factory of like people, workers, scientists, whatever.
Hell yeah.
When I was like 8, bro, my mind, I'm telling you, I was
believe
coming
it,
up with
though.
some crazy ideas.
Hell
I think I
yeah.
told you guys this the last time on the one pod. But I was coming up with some crazy ideas when I was a kid, just from experiments. You know what I mean? Just being bored and fucking with shit.
The I feel like the creativity of a child is like damn near your. The creativity in your childhood is like one of your peak creative moments of your life.
Something I discovered at the age of 8 that I still don't think a lot of people will think about or, I mean, utilize, but I don't really know how you could utilize it. But bent glass is one of the very few things in existence that allows you to be invisible, or allows an object to be invisible.
That's a fact.
Glass, yeah. Bent glass. Like, glass bends light. Bent glass bends light. Anything that can bend light can bend what you see. Because all you can see is in light. Like, you can't see what's in the dark.
Right.
It's really weird how that works. I don't know what it is
Facts,
about
it's like a
glass. Man.
paradox.
Glass is some trippy shit because it's really just sand.
I think it's wild that like you can melt sand into glass.
Is this dope?
Well, it has to
Hell
be
yeah,
a,
it's
it has
weed.
to
I
be a
don't
certain
smoke
kind of sand.
That's
but,
Summer's dad.
but regardless, like you can melt a certain kind of sand into glass, but you can never revert it from glass back into sand. Like,
Right.
even if you were to like put it in a grinder and grind it up real fine and this, that, and the third, like no matter what you do, it will just be glass particles,
Oh,
glass
man.
dust.
That is definitely got some Nick juice in it.
There's no Nick juice in this. There's no fucking Nick juice in this.
That taste, bro. You can't tell me there's not something in there with nicotine.
All right.
That
Well,
is
I'll
definitely.
ask about it, but I don't smoke Nick, so I doubt there's Nick in here.
Well, you do smoke Nick because you smoke blunts, right?
Crazy head.
Yeah, I smoke tobacco. I don't smoke nicotine vapes.
Well, but nicotine's in tobacco.
Yeah, it's in tobacco. Yeah.
But yeah, that taste is concerning. Sorry. I mean, I know he didn't make it, so it's not
Okay. Anyways,
his
so
fault.
every week we got Vision Talks 2 p.m. Every Friday at 6 p.m. we got Stash Spots. Be there.
Frank's Candy tonight.
Frank's Candy.
Frank's Candy tonight. That weed smelled fire.
What
yeah.
is that?
That Frank's Candy.
Frank's Candy.
The bag that you
Oh shit!
tossed
Oh
it in
yeah,
here, that
he's
little
on here tonight.
bag.
Yeah, we got Frank's Candy on Stash Spots tonight. Bunch of bulls. Catch us on any.
tomorrow with Marley's State of Mind. We
Yeah.
are doing it live from Daily Bread in Pittsburgh.
Nice. So Marley's State of
Daily
Mind
Bread.
tomorrow will
Is
be
that
live,
like a dispo?
Clothing.
live from
Clothing?
Daily
Hell
Bread.
yeah! All right, so every Friday at 2 we got Vision Talks. Every Friday at 6, and this Friday we have what is it, Frank? What we have Frank's Candy 6 p.m. Hell yeah, 6 p.m. Stash Spots. Frank's Candy will be on there, and tomorrow at 8 p.m. every Saturday we have Marley's State of Mind. Who's gonna be
He's
on
gonna be
Marley's
shooting from Daily Bread.
We're bringing
franchise?
back. He was our episode number 1 guest.
Okay.
Now he's episode 100 guest.
Oh, okay, that's fucking legendary. Okay, so we have episode 100. Shout out to Marley, big congrats this week, tomorrow, and he'll be having Franchise on there. Franchise is from episode 1, and he'll be back on for episode 100. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, but catch us all platforms, Bunch of Bulls Studios. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, wherever. But yeah, I say let's get into this Tory and Meg case. So
Tori and Meg. So
Tori
did he
and Meg.
actually shoot her in the foot? Is there footage?
no, there's footage. There's footage of the scene, but he did not shoot her. So I'm actually gonna show you a couple joints from here.
We'll see.
Hell yeah, we'll judge this shit. Excuse me.
Is that a Black and Mild you're smoking on over there, dog?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my black.
Oh, okay. Okay. I just
Hell yeah. So look, this first one is the body cam footage of Meg and Tori right after the incident being questioned. And listen to what Meg says. You can hold it to the microphone.
I don't know. We're trying to figure it all out. As long as you guys cooperate with us and you guys tell us what happened, we'll go accordingly, okay? But if you guys are not telling us, if you guys are, then I really cannot go to jail. Okay. I cannot have that on my image. Okay. So how did that happen to you? Glass? Where? Where we were coming from. I'm not from here, so okay. I didn't get shot. Oh, you didn't? Oh, man. I mean, also.
I didn't get shot.
Address that the incident occurred, the shooting happened?
I don't know the address, bro.
So she said she didn't get shot.
Yeah,
Clear as day.
And she said she stepped on glass. And there's footage of her stepping on glass whenever the police first pulled up.
Hey, bro, step up right
What
here.
the
The ambulance
fuck?
coming from
So
There's that.
so he's in jail for no reason.
Now you got me curious and questioning though, because I know originally they said like it was a stepping on glass, then it was he shot her, but last I heard, the other girl
Yeah.
was the one that shot her.
Yeah. Yeah. She fought the other girl. I don't believe that the other girl shot her, but she stepped on glass. So here's photos, right here of the other girl. I mean, well, I'll show you this first. This is photos of. So this was the girl who she fought, and this is her friend. This was her best friend and Tori. They went to jail. This is them right after the incident. Take that, and you could tell me who looks like they were actually involved in something and who doesn't. But I feel you. I'm confused too because the bodyguard.
Said that she shot her.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's what he said
She just
verbatim.
looks all cut up.
Right, but that's from the glass.
Fat ass.
here.
Yeah.
There's slides. It's her friend and Tori, the night that they got taken into whatever. Yeah, custody.
I need more water.
Hell yeah.
Motherfucker dry.
And then they said that he had no DNA or like no fingerprint, like 0% on all the
I
shit.
didn't see any exit wound on the bottom of her foot.
She didn't get shot. She said she didn't get
This is her
shot.
foot. Like,
Yeah, that's what I mean. I didn't
right.
see no exit wound on her.
She just got a bunch of cuts.
And then look. Here's okay. This is the last thing. The police interviewed Meg after the incident. She said she stepped on glass, mentioning she already had. Listen to this shit. Here, you can hold this up to the mic.
What did they say?
What did they say? She said that she stepped on glass.
Right.
And that she stepped on glass a couple days before that, so it just made it worse.
Wow. So that warranted him going to jail.
But yeah, like and a bunch of other shit, like other evidence and shit's coming out, and like the congresswoman from LA's speaking about it or whatever. But my thing is like, a lot of people may look like, oh yeah, no big deal. Okay, she lied, whatever. But this man's life was going to be thrown away for 10 years. He got stabbed 14 times.
He almost died.
And probably got paid by your people to get stabbed.
Yeah.
And like, he got kids. He was changing the fucking game. Like he was doing, but right before he got locked up, he was doing shit as an independent artist that's like never been done.
He's been ahead doing all kinds of shit before people do it.
I think as long as
For quite a while now.
my only worry with him is now he's definitely going to be free, no doubt, with all this shit coming out. But my thing is he's still going to be healthy. Like, you get stabbed 14 times, 17 times in the head, or not 17, 7 times in the head. Like,
Yeah, he might not be the same.
That's what I'm saying.
If he is the same, he might definitely want to consider getting some extra protection. once
if
he
he's
gets
the
out.
same, he'll like Jesse. I want your opinion on this too. If Tory Lanez comes back out and he's the same, he's same Tory. He's still on his hot boy like spitting hard shit. Would you say that that's like 50 Cent? Like stab 14 times. You went against Rock Nation, all that shit. I mean, it's different. It's not the same. But I'm saying like the level of overcoming. 50 Cent got shot 9 times. Tory got stabbed 14 times.
Close.
It's
Very
pretty close, yeah.
But I'll tell you what I think the people that would try to combat that statement, this is what I think their leg to stand on.
Mm-hmm.
Tory Lanez' stabbing happened in jail, where it's like a little bit more.
Right, like closed off.
Whereas 50 Cent was really fighting ops like
Right.
out in population, like you know what I mean, like out in just like the world. So like it could have
Right.
happened to 50 Cent at any moment at any time. Whereas
Yeah.
with Tory, it was kind of like
Hit or
only had
miss.
specific moments and shit. So it's,
Right.
it's a little bit different.
I feel
and
you.
it was a lot easier for them to get a hold of Tory in the sense of they knew
Right.
where he'd be when he'd be there.
Yeah.
But
He better not come out looking completely different like Gucci Mane did.
but I
Clone.
don't think that there's a difference as far as like what actually happened.
Right, like
Yeah.
overcoming that type of shit
Yeah,
takes
like,
a lot.
He still did get stabbed that many times. He still did have to deal with that, and he's still
Fuck.
in there with the motherfuckers that did.
Yeah, exactly. I think one of the similarities too, what I learned recently, since like looking into some more like M's old shit and 50's old shit, and like listening to the commentators, is a lot of people believe that 50 getting shot was also like orchestrated through like label people, like what Ja Rule's people, or who's the dude who just died? Fucking light skinned dude. He's bald. Fuck.
That's like they thought Suge
He-
killed Easy, didn't they?
I forget.
And they still think that?
He ran Ja Rule's label and shit, but they believe that he paid for and orchestrated this shit. Well, same way people believe Jay-Z and them are paying for and orchestrating shit with Tory, but obviously, like you said, like it's different scenario, but it's similar, and which is why I think 50 Cent has been so vocal about the situation, posting about it and shit, because he sees it.
Yeah.
But hell yeah,
Hell yeah.
Tory and Meg, Tory
I think she's lying.
for sure. Do you think
He
that?
got stabbed for nothing.
Let's say she is lying and it's proven in court that she's lying.
She should go to jail then, right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Do you
Well,
think
what's
that
gonna end up happening is he'll
sue the
he'll
fuck
get
out of her?
Yeah, and then sue. Loss of wages, defamation of character, loss of potential client. Like, there's all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
For after that, because there's
Yeah.
so many tours he could have been on in between that.
He was
All of
just
that shit
getting
is able to be sued for. Now you might not end up getting away with getting the money for it.
right. He'll
Or
probably
all
get
of
a
it.
third of it. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that's all
most
shit
of
you
it.
can sue. That's just emotional damage. That's like damage on your reputation. Your family suffered emotional damage.
Right, and you almost fucking died. So it's like, nah. I think if I'm him, I'm not even suing Meg. I'm suing Rock. I'm suing Rock Nation.
Well, I'm
And-
suing them all.
and
I mean, each one of them's getting a
Yeah.
lawsuit specifically for them. That way, whenever one tries to fight it, the other one got to fight another one too.
How long? If I can't even remember, how long has Tory Lanez been locked up? Like 3 years?
Nah.
It's been a few years.
Yeah, I was gonna say by now it's been like 2 years at least. The hell's that noise?
Goddamn.
What the fuck?
Hell yeah! I'm getting a payday. I'm continuing the independent shit, and I'm exposing the fuck out of Rock. And yeah, I'm if I'm him, I'm staying in Toronto for a little bit though. Where he's from, I'm staying on the other side of the border for a little bit, getting right.
That'll probably be one of the stipulations. Will be like he's not going to be able to be in America for a little while.
I was gonna say I'd live in
Probably.
like stay wherever I'm from.
Hell yeah, fuck yeah. But you got anything you want to toss out there?
Our real big thing here is just hoping that the jail he's in doesn't look. Because here's the shitty thing: it's a known thing in jail that if you're about to get out, don't tell nobody you're about to get out, because someone will come fight you.
Envy, yeah.
And now that's technically another charge, like you're
Violation.
staying in for a little while, yeah. So even though he was not the attacker or anything like that in this whole stabbing situation, we don't know what
And-
that jail is gonna do specifically with that.
And that's the crazy thing too. His thing is
If
like,
he's innocent, he might be stuck still having to serve like another 90 days because he was in a fucking
Right.
altercation that he really kind of had nothing to do with.
and it's gonna be like damn near impossible for him to hide it too, because it's like the case has become a thing where now politicians are involved, like congresswomen and the governor. People are petitioning for the governor to pardon him and shit. Like, I feel like it's going to be on the news. You know what I mean? So some sort of channel, maybe a CNN or something, because it's not really a political issue. It's more so just like, so I feel like, I don't know, it's inevitable.
Yeah, it's weird how this is gonna play out because there's too much red tape you gotta fucking step through for every single part of the process. It's like, all right, yeah, he should get out on this, but also this happened while he was in there.
Right.
Regardless of why he's in there,
Right.
this still carries this.
We'll throw out these charges, but keep these ones. Yeah.
Shit.
Hell yeah, that's why you need the good old pardon. Oh yeah, speaking of pardon, did you see?
Bro, he's out here pardoning all the reckless people. Anyone that should not be pardoned right now, they're like, let him the fuck out.
Yeah, he just pardoned Young Boy. He just pardoned.
He
just pardoned Larry Hoover. I know the reason he pardoned Young Boy is probably because like a year ago, Donald Trump's son, Donald Trump Jr., he was like actively talking about pardoning Young Boy before Trump was president, and then he went on DJ Academic's podcast and they like talked about it. Yeah. So I feel like he was probably in his dad's ear, like, yo, Kodak. What, pardon?
He got pardoned.
Yeah, in 2019. Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like
I'll take. I'm
not happy about it.
My thing is,
I'm super happy these guys are getting pardoned because I get to listen to more music from them.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
my thing is, I'm gonna take those pardons over like Dr. Fauci or a president pardon his whole family or some shit. Give me those because I feel like
they put Martha Stewart in jail over insider trading.
Yeah.
But Kodak Black got pardoned. That's wild. I'm just saying the comparison.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
Right.
Yeah,
he just pardoned two reality hosts who pretty much had the same thing with Martha Stewart, fraud and shit.
Yeah.
He just pardoned them too. But nah, he also pardoned Larry Hoover. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And like I said, I'm happy about it because
Right.
I fuck with these people.
I didn't expect Young Boy to get pardoned. Trust me. I was like, what the fuck?
The ethics of why.
Are we talking about Young Boy Never Broke Again?
Yeah.
Right, the full thing.
Donald Trump pardoned him.
What the fuck? Is he from New Orleans?
Yeah, he's
they were
from
playing
Baton
him
Rouge.
the whole time we was down there.
He's from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Baton Rouge.
Hell yeah, but nah, I definitely, I don't think anybody expecting, and I don't think honestly people care. Like, it's weird.
Rondo number 9 to get fucking pardoned next.
Who the fuck? God damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's a little bit how young you are.
Yeah.
Rondo number 9 used to run with Chief Keef and Fredo.
I was gonna say, yeah,
He was
that.
like, he was like
Oh,
the
block.
shooter.
Yeah, he was protecting all of them for a while.
God damn. Yeah, nah. Trump's a thug. That's the message. But yeah, you got anything you want to toss to the people?
I don't. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, bet. Well, thank y'all for tuning in to another week of Vision Ties.
Thank you, everybody.
Greg
for coming
Lamont.
on. Dude.
Peace.